Before time, there was the absolute being, an all-powerful creator who split the cosmos into two opposing forces for its own twisted amusement. The rulers, beings of blinding light and preservation, and the monarchs, dark entities of pure destruction. Their war was eternal and total, fought across countless dimensions. The rulers, exhausted and desperate, finally realized the truth. The absolute being saw their suffering as mere entertainment. 7 of the 8 rulers rebelled. They turned their light against their creator, and in a devastating betrayal, they successfully killed the absolute being. Only one ruler, Ashbourne, the most loyal, refused to participate. He was betrayed and nearly destroyed by his own brethren. However, the dying absolute being granted him one final terrifying power: the dominion over death. Ashbourne became the first shadow monarch, the king of the dead, now commanding his own vast legion of shadows. He was caught between the rulers, who now saw him as a threat, and the monarchs who sought his power. This ancient war is why the dungeons started appearing on Earth. The rulers, now the self-appointed protectors of life, decided to use Earth as a final battleground against the invading monarchs, who sought to annihilate humanity. The rulers needed powerful human vessels, hunters, to channel their strength. The gates were their way of forcing hunters to awaken and prepare. Enter Sung Jinwoo, the weakest E-rank hunter. He was chosen by a system created by the architect, a servant of the former shadow monarch Ashbourne. Jinwoo was meant to be the perfect vessel, one who could infinitely grow in strength, a power no other hunter possessed. This system forged him through quests and near-death battles, rapidly transforming him from the weakest to the strongest. Jinwoo leveled up, gaining the iconic ability to command the dead, the very power of the shadow monarch. He grew into a force stronger than any hunter in history, commanding an army of millions of powerful shadow soldiers. He was no longer a vessel. He became the true inheritor of the shadow monarch's power. The stage was set for the final war. The remaining monarchs, led by the supreme, terrifying force of destruction, the monarch of destruction, Antares, the king of dragons, finally launched their full invasion. Antares, capable of unleashing dragon's fear that paralyzes entire continents, and possessing the breath of destruction, was a godlike entity determined to end all life on Earth. Jinwoo knew he was the only one capable of stopping him. He faced Antares in an apocalyptic clash, unleashing the full force of his new terrifying power. In a grueling, world-shaking battle, Jinwoo fought for the right to choose his own path, ultimately defeating Antares and utilizing the Cup of Reincarnation, a ruler's artifact, to rewind time by 10 years. His final act was to spend those 10 years hunting down and eradicating the monarchs in the dimensional gap, ensuring they never threatened Earth again, fulfilling his role not as a hunter, but as the protector of his world. That is the true story of solo leveling.